Hi there everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to show you how to achieve a flawless skin without using foundation and without using a ton of makeup. So I hope you enjoyed this video and now let's get started. On a regular basis, I don't really wear foundation, I don't even wear a lot of makeup, but there are days when I want to look a little more put together and made up, and this is basically what I do for those days. So I have already applied my moisturizer from before. So the first product that I'm going to be using today is this Mercier Badescu Rose Water Spray. This basically helps to moisturize your skin. It's not necessarily a primer, it doesn't really help with the makeup, at least that's what I feel. But I really like how soft and smooth my skin feels after I use this. So I'm just going to spray a little bit on my face. So when the product has sunk in, I'm going to use my MAC Strobe cream. You can use any other highlighting primer or liquid highlighter. This just helps to give a very natural sort of a glow to the skin. Like if you look carefully, you would see our skin is not really flat. It has a very natural glow. So I'm just applying it on all the high points of my face. And then just with my finger, I'm going to blend it out. So I'm applying on my cheekbones and also a little bit on my temples. It's kind of like this C shape. A little bit in the middle of my forehead, my nose bridge, and my chin. The next step is to use concealer to hide all the blemishes, dark spots, or any other discoloration that you have on your face. So at first I'm going to use this Tarte Shape Tape concealer. This is really full coverage and it works really great. So I'm going to apply a tiny bit on all the high points of my face, basically where I would use the concealer to highlight. So my chin, my forehead, underneath my eyes, in a triangular shape. Don't just apply the concealer like right underneath the eyes, because you want the concealer to blend out your cheeks so that everything looks really even. A little bit on the bridge of my nose, the sides of my nostril, and on any spots and blemishes that you want to hide. So I do have a few spots here and there on my cheeks, so I'm just gonna cover those up. I do have some discoloration around this area of my cheek, so I'm gonna apply a little bit there as well. Some people have discoloration around their mouth. I have a little bit as well, so I'm gonna apply just the tiniest bit there. Oh, I look crazy. So then I'm just gonna use a damp beauty blender to blend everything out. If you want, you can also use a brush to do all the blending, but I feel the beauty blender gives a more natural skin-like finish, and that's what I want. Because when you're not really applying a full face of makeup, you don't want the places where you're putting concealer to be that obvious. You want everything to blend out seamlessly and look like your skin. So when I'm blending out the concealer underneath my eyes, I'm gonna bring it down on my cheeks as well, so that you can't see any harshness or any harsh line. When you're doing this, try to use a concealer that matches your skin tone. Because if it's too light, like usually we use lighter concealer to highlight, if you're using that, it's gonna look too obvious and it's not gonna look natural. I always like to take my concealer up on my eyelids as well, because I do have some discoloration there. Now I'm just gonna go over my whole face with this damp beauty blender, because it still has like little products stuck to it. So it's just gonna help to blend everything out. So even on those areas where I haven't used any concealer, I'm still going over with this beauty blender. Now I'm going to use a little bit of powder underneath my eyes to set the concealer, because I do suffer from creasing as I have some fine lines there. If you don't have that problem, you can completely skip the powder portion. Today I'm using my trusty Mercier Translucent setting powder, and I'm just going to use a tiny bit. No baking, no nothing. I don't want my face to look powdery. That's of course not natural. So I'm just going to apply a little bit underneath my eyes. And always remember, if you want your skin to look really natural, skip the powder completely or do it as less as possible. I'm also applying a little bit of the powder on my eyelids as well, or else it would crease there. Now if you want, you can completely skip this step, but I actually like a nice glow, so even when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, I still like applying a bit of highlighter. So to make it look very natural, I'm gonna use a liquid highlighter today, and this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid in the shade Opal. So I'm gonna apply a little bit on all the high points of my face. That is the top of my cheekbones, my nose bridge and the tip of my nose, a little bit on the chin and my forehead. This again helps to make your skin look really natural. So I'm again using my beauty blender to blend it out. But if you have really oily skin, or if the weather is really hot and humid and you can get sweaty, then maybe you can skip the highlighter on your forehead and your chin, because then it just makes you look really oily after some time. But you can always apply it on your cheekbones and your nose bridge. If you want some added coverage, or you're worried that your makeup might not last throughout the day, if it's really hot and humid where you're staying, then you can maybe use a light dusting of powder. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of my MAC Studio Fix powder on my T-zone because I think it's looking a little too shiny, but just the tiniest amount. I'm not using a lot of powder. Next I'm gonna apply a blush, and today I'm using this Nars Duo, and I'm gonna be using the blush called Orgasm. So very lightly I'm just gonna apply it on the apples of my cheeks. This blush is not really that pigmented, but it has a really nice shine, which again makes your skin look really healthy and natural. I just wonder how many times in this video I've used the word natural. If you were doing like a drinking shot game or something, you would be drunk by now. So I'm mainly focusing this on the apples of my cheeks, and if you want you can contour as well, but I'm just gonna skip that. To add to the glow, I'm gonna use a little bit of a powder highlighter. This is the WetnWild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. This is in the shade Precious Petals. If you want, again, you can skip this, but I just really love using highlighters, so I'm gonna apply a little bit. So I'm gonna mainly apply this on my cheekbones, very lightly. I'm not using a lot of product, and a little bit on the tip of my nose and my nose bridge, and a bit on my cupid's bow. The next step is to fill in my brows, and for that today I'm using this IT Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Eyebrow Pencil. So I'm just gonna lightly fill in my brows, the sparse areas of my brows mainly. I like using a pencil or a powder on a regular basis because I feel it makes your eyebrows look really natural. So I'm mainly focusing this on the sparse areas of my brows, and where I don't really need to fill, that is like the beginning, this portion of my eyebrows, I'm not gonna touch there. And then with the spoolie on the other side of this pencil, I'm just gonna brush my brow hairs. This helps to blend out the color evenly. To set my brow hairs in place so that they don't move throughout the day, I'm gonna use my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. This also, if you want, you can completely skip if you don't have enough time. But I really like doing this because then I don't have to worry about my brows throughout the whole day. Now as I've used a bit of powder, I'm gonna apply a bit of the makeup setting spray just to get rid of any powderiness, although my face doesn't look powdery at all because I've used the tiniest amount of powder, but still I'm gonna use a makeup setting spray. So today I'm using my MAC Fix Plus. You can use any other setting spray that you want. And now to finish off the look, I'm going to use a bit of mascara. This is the Loreal Voluminous False Fibre Lashes Mascara. If you want, you can of course use eyeshadows, do whatever look you want to do. But on a regular basis, this is what I do. Oh, by the way guys, do follow me on Snapchat. Recently, I've started to post a lot there. So if you want to see behind the scenes, what I do throughout the day, unboxing, swatches and all of that, then make sure you follow me on Snapchat. And lastly, a bit of lipstick, and this is like my go-to lipstick. This is the one that I carry every day in my bag. This is MAC Twig. It's my absolute favorite. Well, MAC Meher used to be my absolute favorite. Well, it still is, but I feel now that it's really cold here, my lips get really chapped, and Meher is matte. So I prefer using this because this one is satin, so it's much more comfortable. So this is it. This is the finished look. It's really simple and easy, and it's really fast. And if I wasn't speaking, I would be able to do this in like just 5 or 10 minutes. So it's really handy when you have to rush out the door. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, then please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share this video with your friends and family so that I can reach more people. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. So until next time, take care and bye-bye.